Hi, I'm Mitra Sorrells in the PhocusWire Studio at Phocuswright Europe, and I am joined by Tim Hughes, Vice President of Corporate Development at Agoda. Welcome.
Great to be here.
Great.
Really great to be here.
Yes, great to have you. You are based in the company's main office in Bangkok. Give us a sense, first of all, of some of the trends that you have been seeing. And are any markets more challenging than others from what you're seeing?
So Asia, unfortunately, in COVID is the first in, last out. You know, the region of Asia caught the COVID bug first, and we're the last to sort of shake it off. So sort of anecdotally, I left Bangkok covered in masks with some nighttime restrictions, some rules on travel, some documents you need to get into another country, and arrived in Europe where it's like COVID is done. Europe said, I'm finished. So Asia is not yet finished. I don't know if I can put exact months on it, but maybe Asia's 3 months behind, maybe 6 months behind. We've got a couple of big challenges. Obviously, the China one is the biggest one.
Yeah.
From a tourism perspective, pre-COVID, the Chinese were the number one source of demand into Asia and probably other parts of the world as well. And we suspect that China is a long way from bringing tourism back out, like Chinese traveling out. And there's still a couple of key markets where you can't quite get into it as freely as you'd like. So Japan being another example. Japan is a massive destination pre-COVID, one of the largest inbound destinations in Asia. And there's still a lot of restrictions. So we're getting better, and there's lots of great signs, there's lots of green fields, there's lots of happy people at Agoda, but we've got a couple of little handbrakes still in Asia as we wait to shake off the last of COVID.
Now let's talk beyond Asia, because of course Agoda is operating globally. Give us a sense of what's happening on a global scale for Agoda.
Yeah, so it's great. We get to be part of the Booking Holdings family and enjoy all that sort of global reach. We're also enjoying the European summer and the American travel wave. That's, you know, everyone in travel is having a good time with. We've got the challenges of that too. The customer care stuff we have to build to manage all the delays and the issues around supply constraint. We've got to manage that. But yeah, we're having a good time in Europe and America.
You know, I noticed, I was looking on the website. I mean, I stopped counting. There were, I think, potentially close to 1,000, maybe more job postings. Yes. On the website, and not just in APAC, but I saw Orlando, where I'm based. I saw New York, Chicago, all over Europe. I mean, is that, I don't have anything to compare that to because I didn't check it, you know, a year ago or 2 years ago, but is that a relatively recent ramp up?
It's something we've been doing for the last year or so. Agoda is bigger now than it was pre-COVID in terms of people.
Okay.
And that's a deliberate decision, both from our leadership and thankfully supported by Holdings, which said that we can see that post-COVID is going to be a travel boom. Like none of us have any doubt about that. We saw the resiliency of domestic travel in Asia and outside, even during the worst of COVID. And that convinced us all that travel is coming back and will come back bigger. And so our company, both at the Agoda level and Holdings level, said we need staff to get ready for that. We need to build new products to get ready for that. We don't want to be at the starting line of the COVID travel boom standing still. We want to be racing. Right. And so we are investing ahead of that to catch this boom. Yeah.
And is some of that, give us a sense of maybe what some of the focus is there. Is it about building up that hotel supply? You mentioned about supply.
Well, for better or for worse, Agoda launched flights in the last half of 2019. Not a great time to launch, you know, a flight product, but we did. And we had the courage to stick with it. So we stuck through building our flight product all through 2020 when there was no flying, and in through 2021 when there was only domestic flying. And so we've stuck to it, and we've continued to build out that team. We've now launched a funnel for activities as well. So we're living the story, the Booking Holdings story of the full travel experience. So that travel platform stuff is important for us. Now, our heart and soul is accommodation. We can't let that go. Right. But Agoda's future is as a full travel platform. Yeah.
So talk to me also about, you know, you mentioned some of the challenges around customer support and things like that. Any thoughts there about how technology can help you to solve some of that?
Yeah, we have huge product organizations devoted to customer care. Chat is one of the biggest ones we have to invest a lot of money in, of course, making sure that consumers can reach us by something other than just email and phone.
Right.
But at its heart, customer care is a human piece. You just need a lot of humans. And technology can change the ratios a little bit and do adjustments on a little bit, but still you just need a lot of really well-trained and calm people to deal with what's going on at the moment in travel disruption.
Yeah, maybe even more important now than ever, really, as far as just hearing a reassuring voice that says, I've got you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's interesting. I know that there was a recent announcement of a partnership with Affirm related
Yes.
to payments and things? I'm just wondering, anything that you see related to payments developing?
If you're not a fintech company, as a travel company, you're missing a beat, right? Payments inside travel is core. Like fintech technology inside Agoda is core. And we spend as much time thinking about payments as we do about travel. Now, why? Because we're the ultimate, in the OTA, you're the ultimate payment flow setter. We collect money from a customer, it has to flow through our systems, and end up at a hotel or an airline supplier, and it starts in one of 193 countries and ends up in one of 193 countries, 50 currencies in the middle. So you need incredible amounts of technology to do that. So all travel companies have to be fintech experts, and we're absolutely doing that. And obviously, Agoda has also had a long history of being a merchant. So our long history has been the charger of the credit card or the payment method or what have you. That also got highlighted even more by our push into domestic. So we spent 2 years in Asia as domestic businesses. That then adds the payment methods you need, right? Because if you're going to sell Indonesian domestic and Korean domestic and Japanese domestic, there are payment methods you and I don't know the name of and would never use that we need to have because Indonesian domestic customers need them. So we've had to double down on local payments as well as international payment structures. So yeah, all travel companies have to have fintech at their core.
And what about, certainly when I think about fintech and travel, a lot of what we've been hearing about lately are some of these almost like insurance type products, or, cancel for any reason, or all of those. Anything developing there?
If you're a fool not to be thinking about stuff like that, we don't have products live at the moment, but certainly we'll be doing a lot of thinking about that.
And of course, I have to ask, so you have a new CEO?
Yes, in 4 days' time, we'll have a new CEO.
In 4 days' time, okay.
1st of July.
Okay, so, give us a little preview there. Do you envision, is this a completely new direction for Agoda? Is it sort of just building on the momentum that you have?
We've got a fantastic history at Agoda where we've had 4 CEOs. So obviously the first one was the founder. And each 3 CEOs after that was the COO to that CEO.
Oh.
So, Michael Kenny was replaced by his COO, Robert Rosenstein, who was replaced by his COO, John Brown, who was replaced by his COO, Henri Morgenstern. So in terms of a flow of CEO-ness, it's been one of the great transitions, I think, at any company. And I think that's going to be the same here. Yeah.
Is CEO-ness a word?
CEO, yeah, exactly.
I think you just made that up.
Exactly, I did.
So give us a sense before we finish up. What are some of the priorities for Agoda for the next year? And maybe, specifically kind of what's top of mind for you?
I think you've got to catch the boom, right? The boom is coming. You can see it already in Europe and America, and we're getting ready for it in Asia. Every month, Asia gets a little bit closer to being fully open. We talked about some of the handbrakes, so we have to be ready for that boom. And that means capturing all of those people domestically in Asia and the ones who are ready to go outbound again and inbound into Asia. And then the second one we talked about is travel platform. We're launching new funnels. We launched flights in 2019. We've launched a few more since then. We've got to make sure we continue to tell that story of being Agoda, of being the connected trip, the full-on travel platform. And the third one, as you mentioned it as well, is people.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of people to recruit, and we've got to bring them on board. And I think, like a lot of people out there, we've got to figure out the work from home, work from office. Like, none of us know the answer, right? We know there's something that's not what we're doing right now, which is all work from home. And it's probably not all 100% in the office 100% of the time. And none of us are quite sure what the bit is in the middle.
Yeah.
We've got to figure that out with all these new people and the more recruitment we want to do. So they're the big things going on at Agoda. Yeah,
that's a lot. I'd imagine you have quite a HR kind of machine there to process all. That's a lot of jobs I saw. So, well, best of luck. Well, Tim, thank you so much for sitting down with us in the studio.
Yeah, great. So good to be here. So good to be here.
Wonderful. Thank you.